My last video, I talked a lot about, I talked about a fake company that is essentially bringing in customers through a false narrative, so to speak, or false pretense, and convincing you that there's this company out there with these great reviews, yada, yada, yada. If you've seen the other video, you know what I'm talking about. But what it made me think about is the monopoly that Google has on everything, and why they're not being stopped is beyond me, because there is nowhere else to go to essentially, I mean, other than grassroots type of marketing, which I've done plenty of. And I know and a lot of the comments on that video were about people saying, well, I'm not going to use Google anymore. I haven't used Google or whatever, which is great, but you can only grow so big if you're not utilizing one of the main sources for advertising and getting your company out there. And for service companies like ours, we're reliant on that. There is no yellow pages anymore. And maybe that's a good thing, maybe it's a bad thing, whatever. But it is a monopoly. And that's what's happening with private equity firms taking over a lot of these smaller companies, buying them up. They're buying up an image. They're buying a product that at one time was an honorable company, that stuck to their customers and took care of, put their customers first and all that kind of stuff. And then these private equity firms take over and they end up being, they're pushing sales only, very limited technical training and heavy on the sales training so that they can always sell you a brand new sewer line, a brand new water heater, not looking at other options. And that's just how it works. And I was talking to my dad this morning and he was having an issue with his garage door. He doesn't want to have to call a garage door company because he's worried about, at 80 years old, being taken advantage of. And they're just going to come out there and try to sell him a new one because he's dealt with that with AC companies before. And he lives in Houston. So yeah, that's what a lot of those companies are doing. And it also made me think about, and that's a problem, and that's a big problem. And we're selling off customer service for the benefit of having some pretty massive company that's all, has a great website and has beautiful trucks and all that stuff. And I'm not saying a small company can't have those things, they do, but it's hard to market it when these larger companies are able to take up that market share on Google so much because they can outspend the heck out of us, man. And so, that's what we're left with. And what the other symptom of that or effect of that type of setup is people calling handymen to go get their work done because they feel like they're going to get a more honest worker, or using their landscaper that they've used for years that says, oh yeah, I can fix this toilet for you or fix this pipe for you. And in the plumbing community, there's a lot of complaints about customers using them instead of us. And I think a lot of it is because they've become exhausted from being sold to so heavily by these other companies, the big box companies that come out there, and that's all they do. So they assume all of us are like that. It's given us a bad name. I don't know what the answer is at the end of the day, other than trying your best to support local and calling around and asking your friends. That's what a lot of people do. And that's great. That is a good method for doing it. But either way, I don't know what the end result is going to be. All I can say is I support local. I support the small company. I hope you support us. We're always going to take care of the customer and make sure that we're doing what's right for you and making sure that we're offering you options that are within your price range and what it is you're looking to get done. We're going to offer things that are going to be there to help you. So anyways, just wanted to throw that out there. I don't know what to do about that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's where doing your diligence and your homework on a company makes a big difference, especially based on that last video. Look into the reviews, look into other stuff, and make sure that this company is legitimate. You can find all their information on if they're a plumber or any regulated trade. You can find their information. For the plumbers, we have the Texas State Board of Plumbing Examiners, which has their website. You can look up my license, see if there's any complaints on me, make sure my insurance is up to date, or any company. And the same with all the others, which almost any other industry in Texas that is regulated like that. Trade industry is regulated through TDLR, Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation, and they probably have a website that has all the same stuff. Anyways, food for thought. Just wanted to get that information out there. Y'all have a good one. Thank you much for supporting me and support local. Laters.